A man who courageously served his country recognized by Congressman Mike Gallagher today for his service in the Korean War. Samantha Cavalli shows us how this veteran earned these well-deserved and long overdue honors.
What does it mean for Congressman Gallagher to come here and honor you for your service?
Wonderful.
Norbert Delvoye enlisted in the U.S. Army in December 1952, leaving behind his family, friends, and his job as a welder for the Northwestern Engineering Company in Green Bay. He was assigned to Company C of the 223rd Infantry Regiment following his completion of basic training, where he entered combat during the harsh winter months on the Korean Peninsula. In 1953, he and his fellow soldiers withstood attacks from North Korean and Communist China units just months before the signing of the Armistice Agreement. Norbert was honorably discharged from active duty as a private first class in 1954 and continued to defend his country as a member of the U.S. Army Reserves. Congressman Gallagher said, "We cannot forget those who served during what some call the Forgotten War."
We cannot forget those sacrifices. We must celebrate their heroism. And I'm grateful to Jim and Wendy Delvoye and your entire family for giving me the opportunity to ensure that Norbert's courage during the Korean War will never be forgotten.
What does it mean to have your family here today supporting you?
Wonderful.
They came from all over.
That's what I say. I really appreciate it. I was really surprised.
Delvoye's love for his country will be remembered for generations to come. Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News, Bellevue.